Good afternoon. Welcome to Jim Lindley's World of Weather. Clicked on to the long-range weather forecast discussion from March 27th to April 10th. We're going to have a change here as the NAO goes negative, and I'll get into that later. But first, we're going to talk about the current conditions. We're going to look at the period for March 27th to 31st. And you can see right here, the pattern doesn't change overall. We still have our strong ridge here, trough across western U.S., and we still have this broad ridge stretching from the Pacific into the Caribbean. And that's how we're going to look, how it's going to be for the remainder of the month. And you can see overall the pattern doesn't change very much. Okay, but during this period, we're going to have this low here developing in the lee of the Rockies. And this will spread, intensify, and lift northeastward. You can see right there, that's the GFS. Here's the European GFS. They're pretty much the same. And the system will cause thunderstorms and heavy rainfall from the Ohio Valley to the mid-Atlantic as moist flow of air, warm moist flow of air interacts with a frontal boundary. And there remains a threat for snow and wind from the northern areas of the precipitation from the Central Plains, upper Midwest to the Great Lakes. And we can see that right here occurring. And then the Northwest, you can see also here, the Northwest will experience rain and mountain snows due to an onshore flow and embedded energy flowing in from the Pacific. Okay, we're going to look at the period now for April 1st to the 5th. And the ridge across the Gulf decreases with positive height anomalies starting to develop here across the high latitudes near Greenland and the North Atlantic. The ridge near the Aleutians drifts west, and a trough remains in the west with a tendency for a trough near the east coast or inland. As you go through the period, you can see here, this is GFS, little bit of troughing here. Then we look at the other models, and then we look at the European ensembles. It has a trough more inland, and then the NAEFS backs off with the trough altogether with a zone of flow. Okay, so for this forecast period, I am forecasting above normal temperatures from the Mississippi Valley to the Pacific Coast, and I'm forecasting anomalies of 4 to 6 degrees above normal. For precipitation, calling for below normal precipitation for much of this area here, and forecasting the probability of occurrence is 35%. Then we have a forecast of above normal precipitation here, and a forecast occurrence of 35%. Okay, now we're going to look at the period for March 6th to the 10th, and as I said before, the NAO is forecast to trend negative, and this will set up blocking across the northern latitudes. At the same time, you have the EPO will be positive. Now, also during this period, which we were waiting for all winter long and hasn't occurred, but might occur during this period, the polar vortex weakens and allows the AO to turn negative, allowing for cold air to break from the polar regions to reach the northern U.S. So, with all this said and done, we're looking at the forecast period here, 6th to the 10th. Now, this is a GFS. The GFS keeps the strong positive anomalies near Alaska, trough in the west, ridge in the east. But even its ensembles is showing a tendency for a troughing here as this ridge kind of backs off a little bit. And then we look at the the European ensembles. Has a trough, fairly deep trough here in the east, ridge in the west, and this trough is more out to the Eastern Pacific. And then we look at the NAEFS has more of a zone of flow. So I think this is what we're going to have. I am forecasting above normal temperatures from the plains to the Pacific coast, and I'm forecasting numbers of 48 degrees above normal. Below normal temperatures are forecast east of the Mississippi River, but for now I'm calling for numbers of 4 to 6 degrees below normal. The anomalies could be higher because I saw the European ensembles was having anomalies as high as 12. But I'm going to be a little conservative and say 4 to 6 degrees. It's still below normal. And for precipitation, calling for below normal precipitation for the western states and most of the area east of the Mississippi River. And on forecast of occurrence, probability of occurrence is 35 to 40%. That's the long range weather forecast discussion from March 27th to April 10th. Thanks for coming to Jim Unley's World of Weather, and have a good day.